Okay, so today we're talking about the box office today, and yes, the box office goes from Birds of Prey, which underperforms severely at the box office, all the way down to the rhythm section, which only goes to $1 million. So we start with Birds of Prey, which is becoming to be a big major flop. This movie only made $81 million on its first weekend. It is underperforming greatly, and the media's like, oh no, our precious Birds of Prey is bombing, okay? And the only people who like this movie are the critics, okay? There are a few people who think this movie is okay. So we had very mixed reception, kind of like, and I won't be surprised as time goes on, people, it's kind of like Endgame, where a lot of people like it at first, but then more think about it, the more they realize how bad this movie really was, how bad Birds of Prey really was. So we're going to keep a watch for this to see if the media can help save this movie from being a box office disaster. So next is Bad Boys for Life, another $12 million for this movie. Domestically, it has passed $336 million. It needs past $400 million to make be the highest grossing in the franchise. I don't think it will pass $400 million. It will probably pass $350 million at the very least. So Bad Boys for Life is doing extremely well at the box office. Next is 1917. 1917 is a box office winner. It has made $287 million. It is making a ton of money at the box office. I always broken even like a long time ago. And when it went past like 212, $20 million. It's made like $60 million so far. So this movie's doing really well at the box office. The Oscars is gonna help. If this movie wins like Best Picture, so it's gonna help this movie's box office as well and continue to climb week after week. So 1913 will probably still to be past $150 million. Next is Doolittle. No one's watched this movie. Unsurprisingly, this movie is a box office disaster. This movie is losing. It's about to lose like over $100 million at the box office at the very least. And next week it's gonna drop off pretty bigly because there's finally competition coming out for Doolittle. So I don't see Doolittle making a lot of money that much more longer. Next is Jumanji. Jumanji is still doing really well at the box office. This movie has now passed $768 million domestically, and the worldwide box office is now 768 million, which is pretty good for a movie that didn't have Disney's logo to back it up. It didn't have the cover and all that stupid stuff that makes the Disney movies do so well. So it's doing really well at the box office. The Munzie is still doing. Okay, next is Gentleman, which came out as well. Last week it has dropped only 25%. It has grossed 26 million and it's doing extremely well at the box office. The Gentleman is doing extremely well at the box office for its opening, and you don't see the way but doing very well for a non-holiday movie. It's doing $26 million. It'll probably pass $40 million at the end of its box office run. The Gentleman will be a box office success at the end of its box office run. Next is Gretel and Hansel. Surprisingly, this had a very small. Unsurprisingly, this movie had a big 43% drop. No one wants to see this movie. It's a woke feminist pile of garbage. No one is seeing this movie. This movie is having the medium of wigs, the average of wigs, but you know, the movie second weekend says there's all the movies because Birds of Prey bombed. This movie's doing okay at the box office, actually, because the Birds of Prey not doing well. It'll probably drop next week as a array of horror movies come out. Two horror movies come out next week, so I don't see Gretel and Hansel holding on much longer. Knives Out, which also got a 9% drop, is doing really well at box office. It'll probably pass 160 million by the end of its box office run. It is now actually ahead of Star Wars as well, and they're actually making a sequel to this already. So that's basically about Knives Out. And Knives Out is already getting a sequel. There's an article about it. Next is Little Woman. This movie, sadly, Little Woman has passed $100 million at box office, so that means the critics have won. They want this movie to be a box office success, and and also this movie's box office success. That means they can't spin a narrative that no one wants to see Little Woman, no one cares about this movie. Apparently, enough people went to go see this movie to make this movie pass $100 million. Unlike Cats, no one went to go see Cats. Cats is already dead at the box office. And the next movie at the box office office is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. It's fell all the way down to number 10. Number 10 at the box office, and has barely passed 1.016 billion. It has passed Rogue One's unadjusted gross, but its ratings are absolutely abysmal. This movie will probably not make that much more money going forward. It'll probably make a further $5 million more dollars domestically. This movie is a box office disaster, box office disappointment, whatever you want to say. It's been losing feeders really quickly now because feeders don't want to play this movie because it's just not doing as well as Star Wars should be doing. And next is a foray of titles down here is Just Mercy. This movie is doing actually pretty alright considering it has Brie Larson in it, but it has been losing a lot of feeders because no one was really interested in this movie. It isn't really getting Oscar prizes is what they're hoping with this movie. They're hoping that Just Mercy will get a bunch of Oscar buzz and Oscar hype, but didn't really get any. Next is The Turning, another horror movie that, it's just like, no, how are we releasing all these horror movies? No one cares about this movie. No one's watching this, and it's just a box office failure. This is how Girl and Hansel should be doing. It should be doing absolutely abysmally at the box office. So, next is Jojo Rabbit. This movie is still making money. This movie is not, because the Oscar buzz, Oscar hype, kind of saved this movie from, being a very, very low grosser of only like 18 million or something like that. And it's doing pretty okay at the box office. So next is Parasite, a movie that is doing extremely well, actually compared to Jojo Rabbit, because this is not a American movie. It's a movie in a foreign language, I think, and this movie has grossed $45 million. So this movie has done extremely well at the box office, which is surprising most people because it's a foreign movie. It's a foreign movie. Next is Frozen 2. Disney's logo is still managed to sell at least 1 million tickets for this movie. Frozen is one of the most overrated franchises on the face of the planet. It's actually having worse ratings than Frozen 1. Frozen 1 is like at 8 million by now, but Frozen 2, because of Disney's logo, because Disney's logo had to sell like 1 billion tickets for each movie, okay? So here it is, it's selling pretty well, sadly, it's selling pretty well. Because it's a movie that I didn't want to see do well at the box office. I didn't want to see Frozen 2 do this well at the box office. But that's how it is. Disney's logo did save this movie from being a disaster. And the last movie is a box office failure called The Rhythm Section. I expect this movie to be it's nearly out of feed. No one's watching it, okay? A woke movie. No one cares about this movie. It's doing abysmally at the box office. And that's basically it. Goodbye.